Hi. Excuse me, I'm on the mend. You'll have to just bear with me here. Wonderful to be here to share with you what I've been up to for the past 5 years now, a body of work that comes together in an exhibition called A Species Between Worlds, Our Nature, Our Screens. So for the past 5 years, I've had the incredible privilege of traveling to some of the world's most beautiful landscapes. I've traveled to over 50 US national parks and the 7 wonders of the natural world, and I'd like to share with you today some of that imagery. The first image you'll see is actually local here to the region just outside of Tucson called Saguaro National Park, and for those of you who have been there, this image will be very familiar. There you have that just beautiful Arizona landscape, right? That blue sky, so arid and typical to the region. How can you not love Arizona? Here's another image. This is Voyageurs National Park in northern Minnesota. I shot that out of a helicopter actually on a windy day. Here's Teddy Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, and just look at that river. Look at how that is crystal, that is completely untouched by human contamination. So before I go on here, let's just ask the question, what's going on here? Here's what's going on. Whether we like it or not, the human right now is being used in a war against reality. Now, there's proof of this all over the planet right now. But this initially dawned on me back in 2016 while reading up on a so-called Pokemon Go stampede. Now, for those of you who don't know what Pokemon Go is, I'll briefly explain. Pokemon Go, excuse me, is an augmented reality gaming app that uses geolocation-based technology to project digital creatures called Pokemon over the natural world. And it is the objective of the gamer to collect as many of these creatures as possible. So interested in seeing what a stampede actually looked like, YouTube brought me here to the streets of Taipei, where an intersection was at a complete standstill as hundreds, perhaps thousands of people swarmed an intersection trying to catch a rare Pokemon. Now people have said to me, oh, Pokemon Go is just a fad. It might be, but that doesn't interest me. What interests me here is human behavior. What interests me here is intelligent life putting their immediate reality on hold to chase a figment of their mobile device's imagination. Simply put, what interests me here is intelligent life chasing nothing. Nothing. Now, history has told us time and time again that this is actually no fad. That when the human is thrown the precise, tailored bait, we run to it as if our lives depended on it. Here's another example of a stampede, a different kind. Michael Jackson fan hysteria. And here, the bait is not a virtual construct of the device, but a virtual construct of the psyche device, a virtual value in fame. Here we have another stampede. Here's Nazi Germany. Again, the bait here is not from the digital device, but from the psyche device, a virtual belief in a scapegoat. So what we're seeing here is that augmented reality runs analogous to projections of the psyche. And at this point in the war against reality, these two phenomena are merging together and manifesting new universes of illusion. And I'll just say that a little bit differently. Consciousness is merging with the algorithm, and it's manifesting what I call the inverse universe. And I have about 100 different reasons why I call it that, which I can't get into today, but I will say this. In the inverse universe, truth becomes illusion, illusion becomes truth, and the physical becomes the digital, and the digital becomes the physical. So, and make no mistake, while I speak here, there are huge companies right now that are repositioning themselves to be the pioneers of this new land, a land where metadata merges with the metaphysical to form new universes. So let's see how this is seeded. Here I am standing in front of a lake. This is in Guatemala, and you can see on my Pokemon Go screen there, it's showing me a digital version of my immediate environment, and I'm tethered to that avatar. So when I walk, that avatar also walks. And the question is, can the human navigate both realities at once? Here's a report of 2 grown men walking off a cliff in Encinitas, California, playing Pokemon Go. Here's a woman texting walking down the street. Ouch. Right. Tool or reality? That's a question that we'd like to ask ourselves every time we're holding our devices. So let's look at this. Tool or reality here? When those men walked off that cliff, their consciousness, their psyche device merged with the construct of the digital device, and they projected that reality on their immediate environment. In other words, when they stepped off that cliff, their consciousness was positioned here in that virtual construct. That was the world they were walking in. This is not augmented reality. This is replaced reality. So here I am doing my project. I'm not proud of that image. And so I take 2 pictures when I'm out in the field. I take my iPad, I load up Pokemon Go, and I see what the digital landscape looks like. I take a screenshot of that, I blow that up big, I frame it, hang it on a wall, and what I'm saying is, at this point in the war against reality, the digital is already becoming the physical. Now, the second image that I take is with my normal camera of the natural landscape. And so when you walk into the exhibition, you'll download an app that I've created, and it's an AR app, and when you hold your camera up to the illusory image, the natural image is on the phone. So I'm reversing the AR equation. Thank you. So people say to me, John, if this exhibition is about reconnecting to our nature, reconnecting to our humanity, why do you let technology play such a big role in it? And the answer is simple. I have nothing against technology. And what I'm trying to pose here is this. In the same way that the reverse grip of a hammer can take out a nail, or the reverse twist of a screwdriver can take out the screw, can these devices be held with a reverse grip, so to speak, to undo the damage that they're causing? And here you can see this in real time. This is Zion National Park. And that's Voyageurs National Park. So if any of you are lucky enough to get out to Saguaro National Park while you're here, or anywhere in the natural world for that matter, if you have the slightest inkling that your reality looks like this, take a step back. Could you be serving in the war against reality? In this day and age, it behooves us to reconnect to our nature, to reconnect to our humanity. When we do this, the illusory dimension simultaneously and effortlessly goes back into its proper space. Here, we use the device. The device does not use us. You know, one of the things that we can do to help sort of recalibrate our inner compass is to bring awareness to such sloppy terms as augmented reality. The reality of augmented reality is that it is augmented illusion. Reality cannot be augmented. Reality is. Reality is complete in and of itself. To claim to augment reality is to assume the God position. And it's no coincidence that these devices are becoming the new gods. So I'd like to end this talk on one of my favorite images. Any takers? This is Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, obviously. And I'd like to, I'd like to read with you one of the many poems that will be going in this exhibition, a poem that I wrote. So, Poke it Man Going. Remember as a child the disappointment of a rainy day, the joy of the sunlit. To be outside was sure play. Nature in the imagination. It is our nature. With what have we replaced the sunlit? With what do we fill the darkness? What of our own devices plays us? Those who remember know today is a rainy day. The joys of the screenlit. Nature grieves, I imagine. It's death in us. Child of the future, what are you? A Species Between Worlds, premieres in New York the month of May 2022. Hope to see you there. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Shuli. And thank you all for your attention. As you may know, we have Whova available to us, so we're able to actually interact with the speakers and their presentations and the Whova Act for everybody who's also watching online. But thank you very much, and we'll move on to our next presentation.